Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you another fun video. This is kind of like, I guess, in follow-up to my, what I tell myself, 10 years ago video of makeup advice or whatever. These are now, what I'm gonna share with you, the makeup tips and tricks that I've learned on how I've changed my makeup since I've turned 35, because it's kind of crazy, when you think about how, not just 10 years ago, but maybe like 5 years ago or even 2 to 3 years ago, how I used to do my makeup to how I've changed to doing it now. And it's not like you turned 30 or 35 and you're just like, oh, I gotta change my makeup. It's just something that naturally happens as you age and as you apply your makeup. You realize that things that you used to wear don't look good on you anymore, or you don't like that look anymore. So for me, I have 5 things. I brought a couple products out here to like reference it so you know what I'm talking about. But like in general, I'm just gonna tell you like the makeup tips that I've learned for myself, what works and what doesn't. And like I said, I'm 35, so we're all getting older, and it's just, I'm not gonna wear the same makeup I did when I was 25 or even 30 years old, because even at 30, I was still experimenting with different things and trying different trends or whatever. So for me, the number one thing that I changed, and it gradually changed, is I don't wear a wing liner anymore. And I never really wore a crazy super wing anyway. I used to, flick it out a little bit because I just thought that was the thing to do. Everyone wore a wing liner. But for me, and I really can say for the past like year and a half, I have genuinely not worn a wing. I will use this fine liner from Sephora. It is the teeny tiniest little thing that it makes it so easy, and I will just press this along my upper lash line just to give my eyes that definition so my lashes look full and big and thick and everything, but I don't like flick it out and make a wing. It just is not appealing to me anymore. I don't like the way it looks on me, and I don't think that I need it, because I would rather have, really dramatic lashes and just like a really defined lash line that just looks like it's part of my lashes instead of having a noticeable liner. And that's me. That's my personal preference. And I find, and I guess, as you get older as well and your eyelids change, it might get a little bit harder to do a wing. So you might find if you're struggling with it, try stopping that. Try to just do your upper lash line and see how you like it. You might like it better. Some people think, oh my God, I could never not wear a wing. But when you see yourself without it, you might like it. So for me, I stopped wearing a wing and I enjoy it. I mean, in all my videos that you've seen like this past year, none of them have had a wing. And no one has said, oh, well, I miss your wing, because it's personal preference, but it's also, you have to do what makes you feel good about yourself. So that being said, that is the number one thing that I haven't done. The number 2 is I've learned, for my skin, as my skin changes and, as it fluctuates, of course, with the weather and the different products that I've learned, I have learned for my foundation and for my application of the foundation, I would rather have a more natural foundation. I would rather it be more, not matte, because I used to wear matte foundations. Don't get me wrong. I had to be matte or nothing else. But as you've gotten older and as your tastes have changed and your skin has changed, you've realized you would rather your skin look natural and fresh. For me, that's how I feel. I would rather it be natural and fresh. So I will go more towards a natural foundation, and I will also really apply it more with a beauty blender. This is the good old regular beauty blender, and this is just the Sephora sponge that I love. Either one of these, when I apply my foundation, can take a matte foundation and shear it out, if that's all you have and that's what you like to wear, but to shear it out with a beauty blender or to wear more of a natural foundation, for me, that's how I've changed over the past, couple of years. What I learned, what didn't work for me anymore, when I don't want that cakiness and I don't want that heaviness on my skin. For me, as I get older, I want to wear less products, but still look good, but still look fresh. So that's why taking care of my skin is number 1, because I want what I'm applying, I want it to show through. I'm not trying to cover up anything. I just want to enhance what I have. So number 2 is a more natural foundation and a different application method of it, using a beauty blender to kind of keep it lighter. So that is that. On that, same spectrum, number 3 is I don't powder my whole face anymore. I used to, and up until I would say this year, I would literally set my whole face with my MAC Pro Longwear or with, you know, any kind of loose powder or anything. I would literally set my whole face. I have so many powder brushes that I don't even touch anymore because I don't do that. I would, you know, put your foundation on, your concealer, and then you literally set your whole face. And that to me takes away the natural, you know, glow of your foundation and natural look of your skin, because you're just putting powder on, you know, cream, you're putting a primer, then you're putting a foundation, then you're putting a powder over that. You know, you're just layering too many products. So for me, I really want to wear less products, and that means no powder on my face. I will still set under my eyes, and I will set in my T-zone. These are just two of the powders. This is the Well People Bio Brightener powder, which I'm loving so much. Oh my God, you guys. And then this is just my Ulta Banana powder, which is very well loved. And I apply this with a dampened beauty blender. You can see I've almost hit the pan on it, if it will focus. And I just take this and I just tap it under my eyes to set my concealer. I just do my T-zone wherever I might get a little bit oily, but that's it. I'm not taking a heavy, you know, foundation powder or setting powder and putting that all over my whole face. It's just, I'm just setting where I need it so that my skin can still be glowy and still look natural. So that's number 3. You know, you don't need to, and as we age, we want to put less emphasis on lines and wrinkles by not applying, you know, powder over that so that can settle into your lines, and then that can create that crepiness and that cakiness that everyone wants to stay far away from. So lighten up on the powder a little bit, you know, go for more natural foundation, which is going to give your skin that radiance, and then just ease up on the powder a little bit. While we're sticking on the powder versus cream, I've really fell in love with this year cream products, more so cream highlighters. I've really started dabbling into the cream highlighters, which I love. This is the Clinique Chubby Stick. You could see how much of this I've used. I wear this almost every day because when I'm running out the door and I need to do my makeup in 5 minutes, it's easy to take this, run it on my cheeks, and blend it with my finger and go. When you're not applying a full face of powder, it's easier to use cream products because you're not going to apply a cream over a powder and get that weird look. You know, that, you guys know that look I'm talking about, where you have that, you know, cream sitting over that powder and it gets all that buildup and everything. So I've really embraced the cream products, and I can tell this on my mom as well. Like if I do her makeup, when I will apply stuff on her, I've never, you know, she's 60 years old. So even 5 years ago, you know, when she was 55, you know, when I would do her makeup a lot more, you know, for work and stuff like that, you know, she would, you know, I could use more cream products on her. I never really set her face. I would always just use this Smashbox like tinted moisturizer. I don't even, she still has it. I don't know if they still make it, but I would just put that on her face and it looked so good. Like I never needed to powder her or anything, and I was able to just do like a light touch of, you know, highlight and a little bit of blush. She doesn't really like blush, but just like a little bit of definition, and it looked so good. And it's not going to emphasize, you know, the fact that you're 55, 60 years old because you're using more cream products that are going to look more natural. So for me at 35, I've learned that I've been enjoying cream products. And same thing with this. This is the Becca highlighter that I've just been loving. I mean, I use it with a beauty blender or with my fingers. I've just been really enjoying it because it makes my skin and my cheeks look so glowy and healthy. It doesn't look powdery and cakey. So for me, it was what, number 4 was enjoying more cream products on my face and just keeping your skin, you know, glowy and hydrated. They all kind of are all tied into one, I guess, but they're all different steps. So the final step is, of course, concealer, which is the big thing that everybody loves to do. You know, on YouTube, everybody loves to, and on Instagram, everyone loves to do, you know, the triangle that Kim Kardashian made famous years and years ago. When everyone saw that everyone had to do that. You do a huge triangle of concealer, and then you do concealer on your chin and down your nose and your whole forehead. So basically, I don't do that. And I used to, don't get me wrong, I used to do the triangle, and I would, you know, do a little bit of concealer on my chin, but I never could understand doing a whole face of foundation, then doing practically a whole face of concealer, and then setting all that with powder and not feeling like you're wearing 20 pounds of makeup. At 35 years old, that is the last thing I want to do. I want to wear, like I said, as little product as possible. So for me, concealer is really just going to stay right under my eyes And if I have a little spot concealing that I need to do, fine. If I have a little bit of redness, okay. But I'm not gonna put all this concealer here, all this concealer on my forehead. I was watching a tutorial the other day of someone, and I just couldn't get over the amount of concealer. Now granted, they're a heck of a lot younger, but wearing that much concealer on top of your foundation, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to stand it. And even thinking back to, how did I do the triangle where, you know, you want your cheeks to be glowing, you want your face to feel, you know, fresh. Putting on pounds of makeup and then not wanting to, you know, feel cakiness is just crazy. It's beyond me. So for me, some of my favorite concealers, these two, the IT Cosmetics, the Bye Bye Under Eyes, the Illumination, and then the Full Coverage. I find, I mean, don't get me wrong, we all have dark circles. We all want to keep it, you know, covered. So for me, this really takes away the darkness, and you just need a little bit of either one of these because they're so full coverage and highly pigmented. And I will say I love to use this on my mom. It works under her dark circles beautifully, and I do use a beauty blender. You know, the trick is with those, you really want to warm them up on your finger because they're so thick. You want to warm them up with the heat of your fingers and really rub it into your fingertips, and then just apply it and kind of blend it in a little bit. Again, you know, using the heat, and then going in with a beauty blender and just kind of applying it and blending it out. And that's really going to stay under your eyes and set, you know, under your eyes. You're not gonna, I can't even imagine using this and applying this all over my whole face. It's crazy. So I don't do that. And then this one is one of my favorites. This is the Hydrate Concealer from, I think this is from Amazing Cosmetics. I got this and I love this. I've used the heck out of this. And this is kind of like that corrector and concealer in one, because it's more of that peachy tone. When I am, again, running out the door and I'm trying to do something quick and I don't want to do corrector and concealer, I will just reach for this because it's kind of that peachy concealer already, so it's going to cancel out any darkness. So just put this on, and again, it's a cream base. It's going to blend in beautifully. Tap it in with a little bit of your beauty blender and you're set. So for me, I'm not going to be applying my, you know, concealer like crazy. Like, I'm not going to do the Kim Kardashian look anymore. And I haven't for a while, because I've learned as I, you know, would look back at myself and I would think to myself, I just don't like the way my makeup looks. You know, what did I do that day? And then that's how you realize, okay, this is what I need to change. You know, if you know, the beauty of YouTube, when you watch yourself back and you look at yourself in whether it's pictures or videos and you say, I don't like my makeup, or I don't like the way I look, what did I do? That's how you learn what you did. But that's that. So my top 5 makeup tips for over 35 and the way that I've changed my makeup since I've turned 35, 30-ish. And this is what I'm sharing with you. I hope that you guys found this helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. If you are not already, please make sure you are subscribed to my video. You can hit the bell next to my name, which will also notify you of any new videos that I put out. And I will see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.